Wow, we have a lot of work ahead of us. So we just moved, and the only spot we can put a fish room now is in this garage because the entire house is not on a solid slab. It all has a under the house area, so you don't want to put, thousands of pounds, tons of fish tanks worth of weight on that because then you'll lose your floor and it'll all be under your house. So the garage, being on a concrete slab, is the only place we can put the fish tank. It does get warm enough in here with that heater right there. We also have another heater that we'll put on this side. But it does get warm enough in the garage and consistently warm enough. It's well insulated, so that way we can have our fish tanks in the garage this time instead of in the house. And the benefit of doing that is we can now keep the garage hotter than what we keep the house. That way it'll benefit the fish without having to sacrifice our comfortability in our own living conditions. So it's a win-win. But if you look, we have all of our stuff. We just moved and we haven't finished quite unpacking. So that's going to be our project over the next couple days / couple weeks. This is where all of our fish tank, all of our tanks, stands, stuff we haven't been able to bring into the house yet. We have like our exercise bike and stuff over here. If you look up there, we have all of our wood. So there's quite a bit of stuff left in this pile. We got most of it all in the house with the exception of a couple other little pieces. But this is our vision. That entire back wall, we are gonna have a custom built wooden frame fish tank stand. Probably about 3 tanks high, maybe 4. I gotta measure it all out. But that entire back wall is gonna be fish tanks. That right there is our water heater, and below it, or maybe right next to it or so, on either wall of it, we're gonna install a garage sink so that way we can easily access our water. And depending on what the quality of the water is, because I haven't tested any parameters or anything like that, because we are now living off well water, we might have a large drum, probably like 100 or 200 gallon drum, that we can pump water from the sink into that drum, and then from that drum we can test the water, make sure it's accurate every time we're about to do a water change to our tanks, and then we can adjust the parameters from there: pH up, pH down, nitrates, nitrites, ammonia, whatever is in our water. We can make sure that it's adequate to pump into our tanks before we just go straight from tap to tank. Over here, we might just have some kind of a shelving unit. We might keep this here for like the 55 gallon or something, depending on if it blocks the electrical panel or not. So this might just be a little bit of a staging area, just because we don't want to block the electrical panel. But yeah, we're gonna go sink, and then nothing all the way to the garage door with fish tanks. And then we're gonna have probably a little bit of a walking area. So we're gonna have our tanks, a walking area, and then we might have like another rack of tanks, which you can access from both sides. So it'll essentially be 3 walls of tanks. Only 2 walls, but this one will serve as like a double wall. You can get to it from this side or from this side. So I think right now we have about 10 or 11 fish tanks, but unfortunately they're all different sizes. So we might be getting rid of a couple of the awkward sizes, like our 60 gallon tall right here. Doesn't quite fit well with our 40 gallon breeders just because it's a different height. It's gonna look weird on the racks. So we're probably going to be getting rid of some of the taller ones if we can't find a proper place for them. But as we go through the setup of this new fish rack, maybe we'll find a place for it. Who knows? We're just gonna play it by ear. But the benefit of this new fish room instead of our old fish room is we are able to build it specifically the way we want it. So this time around, we're gonna have an we're gonna have a singular airline system running through PVC pipe all the way throughout the room. So that way we don't have 5 different air pumps running. We're just gonna have one big air pump running, and it's gonna do the sponge filters and the aeration to all of the tanks, including the baby grow outs, the main tanks, everything. We're also thinking of doing an auto water change system, but because of the well water right now and not necessarily knowing all the plumbing that goes behind it and still needing a sink and all that jazz, I think we might skip the auto water change system for now, just because that's something that we still need to do more research on. But the airline system, we're already good to go for that. We just need to buy PVC pipe and install it essentially. But Yeah, we got a lot of work ahead of us to clean all this up, organize it, build it, shelve it, stock it, everything. So we're going to get to that. And if you want to see a bunch of videos in the future of completely building a brand new fish room, stocking a brand new fish room, we're buying more tanks and everything, probably buying like another 10 to 12 tanks, because we're going to have specifically line bred guppies, we're going to have shrimps, we're going to have all sorts of cool things that you're not going to want to miss. So make sure you stay tuned, like and subscribe, leave a comment down below to actually recommend what you would like to see in our fish room, because we do have a couple spare tanks that we don't necessarily know what we're going to put in there just yet. So let us know if you want to see something cool, if you want to see us try to breed something that we haven't done before, and we'll consider it, and if we like it, we'll put it up in our new fish room and we can do some future videos on that. But yeah, we got a lot of work to do, a lot of cleaning to do, a lot of building to do. So we're going to get to it, and let us know what you want to see, and see you in the next video. Peace.